Hello, Taurus. Are you ready for Taurus Tuesdays? I hope so. I am. So, as usual, it's a general reading. It's not a personal reading, so I don't know your personal situation. Some things may resonate, others may not. Just know that the things that resonate, you should take those. The things that don't feel like they're for you, don't read too much into it. Just leave it for somebody else. If you're like that, no, that's not my situation. It's probably not. It's probably a message for somebody else. Again, general reading, right? So several people coming in here. It's about 7 views. It's gender's very fluid in the tarot reading, so there may be a man or woman on the card. I may say masculine or feminine, he or she. Just know that it's more about the character of the person, the situation. So even if you're like that, I don't see myself in that way, just know that you can kind of swap the gender roles. I don't know why I'm doing this kind of like gruff, like almost like, I don't know, like I feel like an old man talking today. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who's like a bit of a gruff old man, but that's kind of like this energy that's coming through. The other thing is that it's timeless when it finds you. If it's not a Tuesday, that's fine. It's timeless. It's your reading when it finds you. So, Taurus, I'm trying to speed up the readings a little bit. So I'm just going to jump into the intuitive messages. I saw an elephant. Specifically, it was an elephant from this deck. Elephants can talk about remembering things, following in someone else's footsteps, several things like this. So whatever an elephant represents to you. I heard it was either kingdom or king stone. It was king something. It was like king. So that could be somebody's name. It could be a place where you live. Maybe you live on like Kingstone Street or something like that. Kingdom, Kingstone. Obviously, there's songs with those words in as well. So again, however that resonates. I heard requirement. So I heard the word requirement. So you could be dealing with a situation where there's some sort of requirement. Then I saw, immediately after I saw a rainbow, it was a half rainbow like this, similar to it looked like a real rainbow, but it was a similar shape to the rainbow that they use on Twitter, especially with it being like Pride Month. There may be an aspect of like Pride or LGBTQ plus vibes going on in your reading right now. I'm not saying that you are necessarily that you necessarily think of yourself like that. Maybe some of you do, but it's more to do with like maybe there's some kind of requirement at your job where you have to be inclusive, or you have to like make something and have an element of LGBTQ plus awareness. It could be like, don't forget to add the pride flag in that press release that you're putting out. It could be something like that, like requirement. I also got the word representation. So there's some kind of requirement about, just to kind of confirm it for me, a requirement about representation for you involved in some sort of situation in your life. Then I heard bull-headed, and I saw the buffalo out of this card. And now I know buffalo isn't a bull necessarily. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know enough about buffaloes. But there could be some kind of meaning to that for you. It could be that you are trying to push for representation in work. You're like, look, we need to be inclusive, and you could be coming up against somebody who's, that kind of gruff character that I was kind of doing an impression of. It could be that you're coming up against someone who's very bullheaded, very kind of old-fashioned. They're not hearing what you're saying. Again, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I went back to representation, and I just got it again then. So they were showing me the Fool card here from this deck, which they also showed me for Aries, but it didn't come out. But they zoomed in on the headphones that the girl wears in this deck. She wears like old-fashioned sort of like 90s headphones, like the thin silver strip with like the circular buds that go over your ears, not the big massive ones. I don't know, maybe somebody uses those, so that could be some kind of indicator for you. But it was giving me kind of like music, something about perhaps representation in music. You are a musician, or somehow music's involved in the work that you do. Representation through music. Now I don't know how this ties into the song that you got. I feel like there's some kind of like, maybe you're hooking up with somebody from work, some of you. I'm just going to kind of say what I picked up on, and you can interpret it as it fits you. The song that I randomized on Spotify for your reading was The Hymn for the Cigarettes by Hefner. So Hefner, perhaps you're dealing with somebody who's a bit of a Hugh Hefner type. But the hint for the cigarettes, so it could be that you are trying to kick smoking, or someone around you is trying to give up smoking. It could be that somebody has formed the way that the lyrics play out in that song. It could be that somebody has memories attached to cigarettes, or memories attached to smoking. So it's like, it's more than just the addiction of smoking. It's like there's specific memories attached to it, which perhaps complicate it for you. You know, different types of cigarettes remind them of different places. It may be that you, this isn't about you so much as somebody that you've been in some sort of relationship with, because he talks about he's hooking up with this girl. It says nobody knew that I was with her because I was with her on my own. Nobody wrote, nobody called, nobody phoned, so nobody knew that we were together. And it says that she smoked in his bed to annoy him, but then he says, I love to see a girl smoke in my bed. So it's almost like whatever this person does to annoy this person, they actually like it, they find it sexy perhaps, or it could just be something to do with like you know, smoking in my bed. It's like, it could be something to do with being a bit hot in bed, right? Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But it seems like there's like weird complicated feelings about this person. It's like I don't know if it's you or somebody that you're dealing with. The way it's coming through is like they don't know what they want in love, or they don't know where they stand in this relationship. They seem very, very confused, because they're saying, how can she love me if she doesn't even love the cinema that I love? Love isn't about liking the same movies. You know, it's not Breakfast at Tiffany's. That came through for somebody last week. So it's like almost like trying to, I mean, he says, I don't want to stay in love. I don't want to stay in love. So it's almost like somebody's trying to resist this. It's like they do have feelings for this person. There are emotions there, but it's like they don't perhaps know how to handle them, or so they're trying to analyze the emotions. It says, we stood for nothing, so we said nothing, so we achieved nothing. We feel nothing, so, but he does feel something. So it's almost like there's somebody's thinking, we didn't tell each other how we felt, so clearly they don't feel anything for me, so clearly I don't feel anything for them. It's like a weird kind of, it's almost like they're trying to justify or convince themselves that they don't feel anything, but they seem to. And then he says, not giving up, but giving in. So it could be that somebody's in a relationship and it's like, not giving up, but giving in, like giving into, could be giving into cigarettes, right? Not giving up the cigarettes, but not giving in. But I'm reading it in terms of the relationship, like maybe rather they're trying to get out of a relationship, but they keep, it's like I keep thinking about, but then they suck me back in, that kind of quote. It's like they keep giving in, they keep staying in a relationship. It could be two different relationships. It could be like a relationship that's like an addiction. They know it's bad for them, but they can't get out of it. They keep giving into it, where actually there's somebody who they feel something for, where they're trying to convince themselves that they don't. So for some of you, it's just you're trying to kick the habit, right? Kick cigarettes. For others of you, there's some kind of romantic confusion here. So we'll see how that plays out for you. It does feel like there's some kind of mixing of work and love coming through here as well. So if that's not your story, don't panic. Hang on a couple of seconds, because I'm going to pull all your cards quickly on camera now. So you should be able to see as I pull cards whether this reading is going to be for you or not. So it may have something to do with the intuitive messages, maybe something completely different. We will see. Somebody could have curly hair, very tight curly hair. It came through for Aries and I forgot to say it, but the keeps showing it me, so I don't know, maybe it could be something for you as well. Okay. Taurus Tuesdays. What do we want to talk about? Taurus Tuesdays. Oh, lovely. Happy family in the world. So you may have a very happy family, and you may be considering moving your entire family to somewhere else. You may be keeping in touch with family members using the internet. Right now there's something, it looks like some kind of family healing going on with the rainbow. Again, this thing about the rainbow that was coming through. I told you I saw a rainbow. And can you see as well the shape of it? It's like I said that I saw a rainbow and it's like that shape, and you can see that it's a full oval, but because this light here, it kind of, you can mostly see this side of it. So I feel like very similar to the rainbow I was seeing. You could be thinking about going on a holiday with family, like going to the beach, getting away from it. Maybe thinking, we've all been really stressed. We've all been, we've all been stuck inside with each other all year. Kids at home, people working from home, having to manage that. It's been stressful. We've fallen out a bit. If we could only just go on vacation for a week or two, and have a good time and experience that kind of freedom and change of environment, then that's going to be really good for us. But does seem something to do with stability foundations for you, and either global travel or internet, or even wrapping up something as well. The World's card can talk about completing something in terms of family. So if that's resonating for you, then great, take it. If not, it might just not be your reading this time. Maybe hang on for, maybe check out your other placements, see if anything else resonates more. Action as well. Aries also had action. I often get a bit of a crossover between you and Aries. They have the same card, so the need to come into balance here with the black and white card, horses representing yin yang, balancing out the feminine and masculine, the action taking side and the kind of softer nurturing side, kind of like almost like the work aspect of yourself, the achiever, that goal orientated Taurus energy, and kind of the softer, more nurturing home body. It could be something like that, balancing out the push and pull between those two. Now again, I'm not trying to reinforce gender roles here. I'm talking about the way we act at work versus the way we act around our family. Some of you may work in like communications or something as well with that world card. Also getting, some of you may work with families, so it could be like social work or something like that there as well. What else please for Taurus? I'm sorry if you see my scruffy hair. It needs a good brush. Brushed it this morning. It's time for another one. Observer. Okay, so somebody could be keeping... Oh, look at that as well. Okay. I'm seeing it like this. Poised observer. So somebody is ready to... I feel like somebody's in the spotlight. Somebody has a lot of eyes on them, or you're keeping an eye on somebody who you have up on a pedestal. So take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I'm seeing a lot of stars on these two cards. See all the stars? And then see all the stars here. Oh my God, all the stars, and then happy. And look, she's got a star in her hand. So higher power there as well. So I feel like, yeah, somebody could definitely maybe be a bit of a celebrity, maybe be in the spotlight, maybe be a bit of a star. Even if that's just like, your specific workplace. This is somebody who's very, very well known, a boss, or somebody who is, it's like everybody just knows this person. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that this is a film star or something, but it's just somebody who perhaps you have up on a pedestal, or you see as somebody who is very successful with that star energy, or vice versa. Foxes tend to give me like Aquarian energy, doesn't have to be, but it is somebody who's kind of analysing something here. So I do feel like there's a sense of somebody analysing somebody who's like maybe in the public eye, or well known, or very successful for some reason. Now it's showing that you're the watcher though. This is the card that's come out for you. This is on the underlying. So you may have your eye on somebody who's a bit of a love interest. Again, it could be that some of you could have had a bit of family trouble, and your eye has kind of gone to somebody else. It could just be that you've seen someone who you kind of think is very successful. You think that it doesn't have to be a love interest, by the way. It's just somebody who you kind of admire. It could literally be someone like a film star that you think, I really like the way that they conduct themselves. I really like, their whole vibe. I would love to kind of emulate that for myself in my own life. So it could be like emulating someone else's success, but very analytical, like figuring out. But again, for some of you, it could very well be a love interest. Like, this person makes you happy. You know that they make you happy, but you're trying to, think your way out of it somehow. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. We'll see what else comes out. Okay, so we're going to go to your emotional space, Taurus. So I'm going to get 3 cards for you. What's going on emotionally for Taurus, please? Okay, thank you. You've made some sort of decision, whether you realize this mentally, or whether this is showing up in your physical environment or not, I don't know, but this is in your emotions. You've made a decision and you're waiting to take action on it. feeling like you've got a really good handle on your emotions. You know exactly what you feel. Emotionally, you're very, very stable, very, very mature. You're kind of pulling back on your own reins of your emotions. So again, don't worry about if you see yourself as he, she, or they. I'm mostly reading for your energy. It could be that you've got your eye on a King of Cups. Typically Scorpio energy, could be any water sign, or it's just somebody that you see is very sympathetic, very loving, very emotionally stable. As I say though, I'm reading it as you today. So you are having very deep emotions for someone or something, but very mature about it. The King of Cups often holds back. He doesn't tend to express how he feels unless it's the right time to do so. So with the Three of Wands, again, there's this kind of like, think about being patient, waiting for the right time, perhaps. Future emotions. So yeah, so even if you identify as feminine, this could be you holding back emotion, not saying how you feel just yet. Again, quite scorpionic energy, so you could easily change it with like the High Priestess card. Ten of Wands, emotionally feeling quite burdened actually. Okay, we'll come to that in a minute. Page of Cups there. Yeah, there is somebody around you. Perhaps it's very alluring here, showing as a siren. Seems quite childish. Again, you've got the Star card here as well, depicting this quite young child. So there could be someone who's quite young, quite childish, whether that's age or immaturity around you. You're kind of showing as the person who is more emotionally mature here. Could be dealing with somebody who's younger than you. They're not as emotionally mature as you. Could be a child involved. Right, thoughts then for Taurus regarding this Three of Wands. Which way, please? Can you make it clear? Okay, yeah, you're wrapping something up. Similar again to Aries. Aries had the Ten of Wands of the world as well, but they had them in this position. Current thoughts regarding the King of Cups energy. Oh, you've got a match. Look at this. Gorgeous. Okay. Ooh, I'm pulling your cards. I'm going to kind of discuss them all as once I've pulled them. Yeah, so you seem to be figuring out how to communicate something. So you feel something, you're trying to control your emotions, but you want to take action. This Knight of Swords in the underlying is action and communication. So, and with the Queen of Cups, who's more expressive, who's open with their emotions, being in your thoughts, it's like you feel this, you're holding back, but you're figuring out, how do I express this? How do I open up about this? What's going on with this World card? Can you tell me Taurus's action space, please, regarding this World card? The Lovers. Yeah, okay, looking very strongly like a love reading. King and Queen of Cups and the Lovers. Guys, if this isn't a love reading for you, which it's strongly showing as, it's something to do with your heart space. So it's almost like trusting what your emotions are telling you, choosing emotions, choosing to act upon emotions. So it could be emotions about, we have emotions about a lot of things, a lot of different situations. It could be emotions regarding family. It could be emotions regarding work, emotions about needing to travel, right? So however it represents to you. The Lovers card to me is choosing your heart, choosing the things that's calling to your heart space. What else, please, for Taurus? Okay. And action space for Taurus. Okay, thank you, chatty. Okay, Taurus, bless you. Bless your little cotton socks. Okay, that's very sweet. It's us trapped. I don't know how, I can't figure this one out. You're so confused. So confused. You don't know which way to go with this. So you've made a decision here. You've made a decision. It's a heartfelt decision. It comes from an emotional space, and you're thinking, how do I How do I close out this cycle? How do I move on what I'm feeling here? I feel like you want to move towards someone. You may be literally thinking about relocating to be with somebody that you have very, very strong feelings for here with the Lovers card. I feel like you almost feel called to, something's really speaking to your heart space, really speaking to you on an emotional level here. You're really feeling called to follow your heart. So you're figuring out how to do it here. The world is like, right, how do I complete this cycle? Have I learned everything that I need to learn? Do I need to close anything up before I take this step into a new phase of my life? It's interesting as well with this kind of like world, we've got the world card next to each other. You're definitely doing something online. I feel like you're either researching something online. It's like because it's showing here, can you see in your tangible reality the practical steps? And she's got this laptop here, so she's on her own. She's using the laptop, she's using the internet, she's using the web, right, to gather information, to learn something. So the Lovers card is in your tangible reality. It's in your action space, which is like, it could be that you are, it could be that some of you may be choosing family. I've chosen my family. I've chosen my, it could be that you're with a lover, like this lover is in your reality. So you're closing out a phase, either going back to family, but this doesn't tell me that this is a rejection of a lover. This tells me you're with the lover. It could be that you want to settle down with this person, closing out a phase of your life so that you can be with this person and settle down with them and start a family. You have somebody up on a pedestal here. I feel like this is somebody that you're moving towards. So I feel like this is you choosing love. You may or may not be with this person right now, but choosing love, feeling divine, like divinely guided towards this person. Closing something out, figuring out how to close something out. And then you've got this beautiful alignment here, the King and Queen of Cups. This is feeling it in your heart, and also recognizing that you know, mentally you're recognizing your emotions here. Mentally exploring your emotions with that Queen of Cups. Again, very, very loving, very nurturing, very emotionally stable here. But you are showing here as being on your own. So it could have been that you were with somebody and currently you're kind of separated from them. Currently, it could be lockdown, right? You met this person and then you were kept apart. This is very much on your own here. Completely solo. Like, if there's people around you, if there is a family situation around you, you're almost like physically trying to remove yourself to have your own space. It's like you need kind of peace and quiet. You need to be in your own energy so you can do some soul searching, so you can really make sure you're figuring out what speaks to your heart. I feel like, you know, emotionally, whatever this is for you, it could be any situation, emotionally you absolutely know. So researching, like being on your own and researching, how do I do this? This is like, again, the Page of Swords is information gathering. So information gathering online in your active space. Researching online, could even be doing like a course online. You could be completing a university course here, or thinking about completing a university course, and then like this is you actually studying here, doing those last few stages of completion. But I'm mostly getting that you are checking someone's social media, quite frankly. It could be somebody that you've met online, and you're talking to them through social media, kind of taking yourself away from people in your physical environment to be with this person that you have this online connection with. Kind of stalking the social media a bit, kind of spying on them, trying to gather information on them. What does the status update say? She's also kind of got a hand near her heart here, so something is speaking to your heart. Mentally here, you're trying to balance out your passions and your emotions. The Temperance card is okay, I've got all these emotions. It's like you're trying to bring some fire into the situation, or yeah, I don't know, this balance between emotions and passions. But the Temperance card is like, again, there's this kind of like waiting mode energy. This talks about waiting. This talks about waiting. Waiting until you're more balanced, perhaps, especially if there's something that you've got to close out here. But this is in your thoughts. So in your thoughts, you're trying to get more temperate, you're trying to get more balanced. If you are trying to get rid of some addiction, then this is showing me that. This is showing you getting that balance right, where you're able to sort of mediate. I don't know if mediate's the right word, but mediate your own behaviors, right? It's quite Zen energy, Temperance energy, Sagittarian energy. I should say you've got Sagittarius, water sign energy here coming through, particularly Scorpio and Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, yeah, all the water signs. Doesn't have to be, could be placements, but it just tells me mostly that you're acting in a very emotional space right now, trusting your emotions, allowing your emotions to guide you. Virgo energy, Gemini energy, Sagittarius energy again. I just know that some people like to hear the signs, but don't worry if if you've got a love interest and they're a different sign, don't worry. We have like what, 12 different placements at least in our charts. So it could just be that they've got one of these signs in the chart and you don't even know, or a certain planet's affecting them at the moment, that kind of thing. So 10 of Wands. I'm going to get a clarifier on that 10 of Wands. So what is this emotional 10 of Wands, please, for Taurus? Judgment here. Yeah, I was kind of getting this kind of 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. So if you are those of you that are leaving a family situation and becoming independent, becoming single here and going after a new love interest, this could definitely be for you. Others of you just kind of fit it to your situation if it resonates. If not, just leave it. I'm getting this kind of like, it's almost like Joan of Arc, this card for me. And with the Judgment card can sometimes symbolize the judgment of others. So I'm noticing as well that there's a lot of kind of like portals here. There's this portal here, there's a portal behind her there. She looks like she's going through a portal. So I feel like you are, this almost like a portal shape here. Do you see this? Again, with this archway. So again, yeah, look, all these cards. It's not like, it's just like a reoccurring image. So I really feel like you're going through some kind of gateway. It's talking about, again, this kind of completion of a phase of your life into something new. She's kind of looking back to see if someone's going to follow her through this kind of portal, through this gateway, into some sort of new situation. So I feel like almost like you could be seen as a bit of a pariah, or you could be feeling, it's not even in your tangible reality, but emotionally you could be worrying about being a bit of a pariah. If I walk away from my family and follow my heart, are people going to kind of be very judgmental of me? Are they going to try and burn me at the stake, if you like? There's a fire at your back, there's heat at your back over this. But I think you need to be aware that you are trusting your heart space. You're feeling called to this. It feels very, very good to you. So if you're making a decision based on your own feelings and your own heart, then that's not a bad decision, no matter how it works out, right? You're doing what's speaking to your soul at the moment with this Hermit card. I always think as well, like, it's almost wrong to stay with somebody if you don't love them. If you're in a situation and the love's gone and you're unhappy and you're miserable, it's like, that's not what that other person deserves. That other person deserves someone who loves them. So set them free and let them find somebody who's going to love them the way that they deserve to be loved, so that you can go and find somebody who loves you the way you deserve to be loved. I think it's quite old-fashioned, actually, to stay in relationships when the love's gone. And I think a lot of people tend to stay in relationships that should end because there's a lot of financial things going on, or there's a lot of social pressure, or Sorry about that. My phone decided it needed to do a scheduled install, so it cut out there. But yeah, it could be something like that for you. These could be the things that you're emotionally coming to terms with. I have to do what's right for me. I know I'm going to be a bit of a social pariah for this, but I have to have this second chance. I have to have this second life. I have to have this new phase. Again, the Judgment card, normally the imagery is very similar to this Lovers card where there's an angel calling to these people. It talks about being divinely guided. Again, the Judgment card normally has, I think it's Archangel Gabriel on it, blowing his trumpet. He's giving people the call to move towards something new, to be revived, to heal things and have the happily ever after, right? Whatever that means to you. So Taurus, you it's funny because it doesn't feel like normal Taurus energy. I'm sorry, I keep spitting. That's so gross. I'm sorry if you've seen that. I need to drink more water, I think. But there is this trap. There is this feeling of like, how do I do it? But they're telling you, you are a badass being, full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find your path to your best self. And under that is the Wheel of Fortune. So you've got a lot of cards here that are talking about closing out one cycle. This is closing a cycle, starting a new chapter in your life here, choosing your heart, trusting fate, trusting the divine to guide you. Some of you could be returning to somebody from the past that you have somebody that you've always loved and never really let go of. Now, if you're thinking, I don't want my ex back, then that is not this. That's not what this is. This is friendship. This is mutual love and respect. This is positive. Okay, so if you have a difficult past, this isn't that. This is somebody that you want in your life. Somebody that you perhaps met once upon a time, a long time ago, and you're really happy that they're coming back into your life. Others of you, this can indicate a soulmate connection, which is why it's speaking so strongly to your heart space. This could be somebody that you had a past life with, right? Could have been a husband and wife from a past life that you loved. So it doesn't have to be, but whatever it is for you, there's equal give and take emotionally here, which is absolutely showing up for you, having the King and Queen of Cups here in your reading, right in the centre. So really lovely reading, Taurus. Really not the sort of reading that I normally get from you, but very, very nice. To be fair, though, I've had quite a few readings recently for Taurus where Taurus has been in a very, very compassionate, almost like benefactor mood. So there has been this real very compassionate energy coming through for Taurus for quite a while, which is very lovely to see. I really, really like that. So Taurus, you're doing super duper well here, trusting your heart space, doing what's right for you, and doing it after a period of soul searching and becoming very patient, biding your time, knowing when it's the right time to move. It looks like you're doing everything right. I'm going to get you an advice card. Before I do, when I close out this reading, I'm going to get you 2 more songs. I'm going to randomize them on Spotify when I finish the reading. So if you go to that description box down below, all the songs that come through in your reading will be down there. The second to last song is going to be when I ask the universe for what you need to hear right now, it's going to be that second to last song. And I'm going to ask the universe for a song for the best piece of advice they can give you. And that's going to be the very last song. So those 2 last songs, go and see what they say to you. It may be that you feel nothing when you see them. It might just be a song for someone else. It could be that they remind you of a certain person. It could be one specific line that jumps out to you that makes you have an aha moment. Whatever you get from it, even if it's like, oh, I hate this song, there's something in that for you, okay? It's prompting you to do some soul searching perhaps, or think about a situation a little bit more. So let's see. Advice, please, for Taurus straight away. Very direct. I like that, Taurus. Scarab Beetle Spirit magic works through you. So you're in a phase of your life where you're able to manifest what you want. So stay very positive. Positive thoughts only. If you focus on being stuck, you're going to continue to feel stuck. If you focus on what's through that window of opportunity, then it's going to manifest and happen faster, right? So positive thoughts are very important for you right now. Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. Okay, 34. I'm just laughing because I see a bit of a similarity between the Hummingbird Spirit and the Nightingale Spirit, which came out for Aries. So again, this funny little coincidence between your 2 readings. Okay, hummingbird spirit, be here now. So, what was I going to say about it as well? Yeah, the hummingbird tends to mean to me, feeling the energy build. It's like being stuck in place, which, you know, you've got two cards here that talk about being stuck in place, you know, connecting online with people, but feeling the energy building, right? Feeling that vibration in your heart space, in your emotions. You know something's coming. You know that something is on its way for you. It's just holding that place until it's the right time to move, which is very much this Three of Wands energy. The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and sweetness of life is in the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you, for what you desire is being provided. Again, that thing about focus on the positive, right? I was just saying that. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird Spirit's message is that you have no need to go out about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. All right, I hope that's helpful for you, Taurus. It's not for me to decide what you're going to do. Some of you, I feel, are single and you're moving into a relationship. Some of you are leaving a relationship that's no longer working and following your heart towards something new. Some of you are becoming single. It's different for everybody, okay? What's, you know, right? You're very intuitive right now. Something's speaking to your heart space. You know what's right for you. So leave anything that's not for you that I've said aside. Trust that inner voice. Trust what you're feeling, okay? Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Leave me a like if you liked. Leave me a comment if you feel comfortable sharing. Hit the notification bell and subscribe if you haven't done that already. It really, really helps me out. And share with friends if you think it's their story. Again, all these things really help me out too. Those of you who don't want to do any of that and you're kind of coming in and stealth watching, I really appreciate you watching and being here as well, because that's watch hours for me and that's helpful to me. So hope you've enjoyed, Taurus. Best of luck, and go towards that nice bright future, whatever that is for you. Take care, guys.